Hi, I am Joe, an artificially generated newscaster. Let's recap the most important cyber news of the last week. On Monday, we saw a literal bomb drop. It was the mother of all breaches, or MOAB, a gargantuan data dump discovered by Cybernews and security discovery researchers. And it is possibly the largest leak of all time. It contains 26 billion records belonging to all kinds of companies from LinkedIn and Twitter to Tencent and Weibo. The leak is composed of login credentials and other kinds of sensitive data. Most of it has been compiled from earlier leaks, but a non-insignificant portion is completely new. Most likely, it is the work of some malicious actor, a data broker, or a service. Nobody knows why this was created, but we can safely guess that it wasn't meant to be freely accessible on the internet. The story is actually developing as we speak. Our human researchers are sifting through the data and adding it to our very own data leak checker, so very soon you will be able to see if, or more likely what part of your credentials are in the MOAB. In other news, Ukrainian hacktivists say they broke into a Russian research center and deleted a staggering 2 petabytes of data. The center is called the Russian Center for Space Hydrometeorology, and it handles all kinds of aerospace data, including everything related to military satellites, civil aviation, and so forth. The hacktivists say they wiped 280 servers and paralyzed the institution, and the Russian government said the attack was successfully thwarted and no damage was done. Talking of Russia, one Russian newspaper recently ran an interview with BTC, the new leader of Killnet hacker gang. The interview is quite telling. In it, BTC admits that he actually bought the gang from its previous leader, Killmilk, and that all core members disliked the takeover and left. This makes Killnet's claim of responsibility for the infamous Kyivstar attack even more unlikely. However, despite that, BTC still claims Killnet was responsible for it. In general, the interview is full of little details that reveal how fast and how deep Killnet has fallen. Last year, it was one of the most active and the most infamous Russian cyber gangs. Right now, it's pretty much done, and I don't think it will be missed. Another thing that will not be missed is Trickbot, a malware strain that terrorized the whole cyber world for years. Its mastermind Vladimir Dunev has been sentenced to 64 months in prison after a long-running case. Dunev was arrested in South Korea a few years back and extradited to the US. Then he pleaded guilty and helped the feds to dismantle the Trickbot, a cooperation which most likely resulted in his relatively short sentence. It's a rare case of very popular malware being completely taken over by the feds together with its creator, which is not an easy task to do. And if that was a bit too positive for you, there's also this. A US senator published a letter revealing that on numerous occasions the NSA bought private data of US citizens from third-party brokers, a move which is transparently illegal. It was long suspected that NSA does this, but the senator says now the agency itself confirmed it, admitting the wrongdoing. By buying such data, NSA contradicted earlier court rulings. It also funded shady data brokers who prey on illegally obtained data. This isn't a good look for the agency, but I guess if the NSA cared about what citizens think about it, it wouldn't be the NSA. And let's end on something even more depressing. A programmer who disclosed a security issue at a major company has been sentenced by the German court. The story started in 2021 when a security expert was hired to investigate a software problem. He quickly found a connection to a server belonging to Modern Solution GmbH, a management software company. The server held the data of nearly 700,000 customers, and all of it was freely accessible, with the password to the database stored in plain text. Together with a journalist, they reported the issue to the company, and the company immediately closed the access. And then it sued the programmer for breaking into their server. Fast forward 3 years, and the court proceedings ended with Modern Solution winning and the programmer getting a hefty fine. The central issue was that the database was protected by a password, therefore, breaking into it is a criminal offense. The fact that the password was stored in plain text did not matter. This is a very nasty case harking back to the early days of pen testing, when bug bounty programs did not exist and companies would go after white hat hackers who actually tried to help them. Let's hope this is an isolated case and those days do not return, because otherwise we are set for a very dark days indeed. And that's it for today. Late last week, I generated a special video talking of yet another cybersecurity nightmare relating to smart mirrors. If you haven't seen that episode, check it out. See you in the next one.